In Walton County, located along the northwest Florida Gulf Coast, are 26 miles of sugar white sand beaches of South Walton that line the emerald green waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Nestled among the dunes are serene treasures of plant and animal wildlife. New visitors who desire to hike, bike, or drive along the scenic route of 30A will find a view that demands a connection.
It's a pristine environment that you don't see anyplace else in Florida.
It is one of the last places on Earth that you can go and see a coastal dune lake.
The dune lakes are Walton County's natural phenomenon.
Beautiful places that don't exist anywhere else.
It's like no other place in the world.
Coastal dune lakes form a rare ecosystem found in only a few places in the world. A coastal dune lake is defined by its intermittent exchange with the Gulf of Mexico. The lakes build up fresh water from rains, seepage, and runoff until they burst open through the dunes and pour into the Gulf. The Gulf returns salt water to the lakes, filling the void. This dynamic exchange creates a unique estuarine water body. Sometimes this lake water is mistaken for pollution because it's so dark, but in fact, the color of the water is caused by tannins from naturally decaying organic matter. These conditions form a unique habitat for adaptive floral and fauna. Ongoing research is being done to understand the impact, importance, and role these lakes play in the coastal dune ecosystem. Each of the coastal dune lakes are part of a watershed that is affected by surrounding land activity.
These lakes, a lot of them are made up of what you could call bayous or lobes, each one fed by a creek. It's a very complex hydrologic system. What we've done is we've set aside a buffer. Our developments are upland, away from the shoreline. If you compare and contrast other dune lakes, some of the developments are right down on the shoreline. St. Joe took a different approach. We're back off the lake. We wanted to have space between the development and the lake with this natural buffer zone as a break between human activities and the lake shoreline. We did not want to impact the lake with heavy recreation. We use kayaks, canoes. We have one or two electric boats. That's it. No jet skis, no motorized boats. I would just like to see some things that would tell us more how they function, how they were formed, what's the geologic history.
Over the past few decades, the tranquility and beauty of the dune lakes have attracted new development. Human impact, exotic species, and management of the outlets are some of the issues requiring further research and consideration. There is currently an effort underway to determine the best course of action to protect the coastal dune lakes for future enjoyment. According to the Florida Natural Areas Inventory, the coastal dune lakes are currently considered globally imperiled.
The issues are, of course, the pressures of growth and the pressures to develop close to the coastal dune lakes, stormwater runoff into the coastal dune lakes, and the fact that a lot of these coastal dune lake outfalls that flush out into the Gulf of Mexico are actually on private property. So what the county has done is we've passed a resolution that we would like to purchase these outfalls to the coastal dune lake so they can flush naturally out into the Gulf as they've done before and maintain their viability. We have guidelines in our Land Development Code and Comprehensive Plan that the developments now coming in have to set back a certain distance, and we have to have certain stormwater requirements. So, I think the development community has really realized how valuable these lakes are, and a development adjacent one of these lakes even makes their property more valuable.
Walton County ranks as the 6th most biodiverse spot in the United States. The coastal dune lakes are part of what contribute to this biodiversity. Due to human impact, scientists estimate that 50% of all species will be extinct in 100 years unless we change our relationship with the natural world.
The way we educate our residents and our visitors about the coastal dune lakes is through our sustainable tourism programs, such as our nature-based certification program. The nature-based certification program provides nature-based businesses in our local area the opportunity to attend the Master Naturalist courses through the University of Florida. We promote tourism, so whenever we're looking at sustaining what we have in our natural resources, we go to the experts, such as the Choctawhatchee Basin Alliance, the Coastal Dune Lakes Advisory Board, of course working with the county to make sure that the lakes are well maintained.
Human beings seek a connection to the outdoors because we have an instinctive affinity for nature. We are drawn to nature's beauty for our emotional and physical well-being. It is our responsibility to protect the natural resources that we depend upon.
We do eco tours, kayak-based nature tours. A lot of people are surprised at how quick you can get into nature right out of your hotel room or condo or home. Within 20 minutes, you're in the woods, and most people come here for the beach experience, and they don't realize the lakes and the forest that we have right outside the back door. The kayaks are really just a vehicle to get people there and get them exposed. We also do short walks in the woods and look for wildlife tracks. We have deer and bear, turkeys here, bobcat. So even within a 2-hour tour that only covers maybe a couple miles, you get a lot of exposure to wildlife. It's nice to see when you get a family, especially kids from the city, and they're afraid of the boats, they're afraid of the water, they're afraid of the woods, and by the end of the trip they're splashing all over the place and grabbing things out of the water and getting very comfortable with it in a short period of time, and that's good to see.
The Coastal Dune Lakes and the beaches of South Walton provide an opportunity for humans to interact with the natural environment. Through observation, monitoring, enjoyment, and reverence for their very existence, we can assure the Coastal Dune Lakes will continue to evolve with minimal human impact, so we may enjoy their inherent beauty for years to come.
The natural areas around the lake, you get a taste of what old Florida used to look like.
What really makes the Dune Lake special is they're just gorgeous.
Day to day, you never know what you're going to see.
We hope that you will join us in the Leave No Trace program and leave our natural lands as pristine as when you arrived. For more information, visit the South Walton Tourist Development Council on the web at www.beachesofsouthwalton.com.